Hey guys, it's the One Time Entertainers here today, and today we're going to be taking you through my Tenpines Bluff hideout build. So the backstory behind this build is that my character Nora, as you'll all know her as the protagonist name, when she exited the vault, she also went on to side with the Brotherhood of Steel while taking down the Institute. But while doing this, she began to slowly go insane. Now this is because that when she had to kill her son in the vault, what happened is I entered the Institute and killed him straight away out of anger, which is the first step towards her going insane. After that, it led on to destroying the railroad, which she felt killed a lot of innocent people, killing Paladin Dans. A lot of innocent people died during the destruction of the Institute. Altogether, this completely ruined her life and sent her almost into a secluded, isolated state where she didn't want to see anyone because she couldn't handle life anymore. So that's what I've kind of done here. So what I've done is I've built in Tenpines Bluff. As you can see, I've made it into a foresty area where I've kind of shut myself away from the world. And what I've done is I've added in turrets around the entire settlement throughout the forest, so it doesn't quite interfere with my actual build inside the settlement. Right, let's get to what it actually is. So what I've done is I surrounded the outside of my shack with wooden spikes. Now this is to kind of give a sense of defense around the outside of the settlement, and also I've always wanted to use them, and it's the first time I've ever actually found an excuse to put them in the settlement. So as you enter, as you can see, that it's kind of a small shack. It's nothing special. It's probably going to be the simplest build I actually do. Now that's kind of the point. The details are in the build, in the decoration. So inside, all we have is a small farm, a water pump, a fire where me and Kate sit, and a rainwater collection station. Now, the main reason that Kate lives here is because that she was the companion I had for the entirety of the main storyline of this Fallout, which means that she's gone through all of the emotional times with me, other than Paladin Dan's where I was alone. She's experienced more with me, which means she's almost like an understanding helping hand for me, which means that my character wants her to live here with me as a sense of help and a sense of friendship. Right. Now, onto the inside of my shack. Now, the inside of my shack hasn't actually got much, it's got a lot of small details to it, but it isn't that complicated of a build. So we'll start on this side. Now, this side of my shack is the workshop area. A lot of my tools have actually fallen off the table, which is kind of annoying, but on the table we've got blowtorches, dish rags and different tools, which is where I've obviously cleaned up armor, guns and weapons, and we have a toolbox to store most small supplies. Now this is quite an important piece of my settlement here. This is Kate's power armor from the start. Now I obviously have my T60 power armor from the Brotherhood of Steel. I didn't feel she should have T45 power armor because obviously it's the worst out of them. But I didn't want her to have T60 because she wasn't actually a Brotherhood of Steel member. So she used the T51 power armor the whole way through. I allowed her to keep it because it didn't have much relevance to my emotions towards the Brotherhood, which I'll go into a little bit more in a minute. Obviously here we have our weapons and armor workstations, nothing important. Obviously got to have them in any settlement, and we've got a chemistry sink here because, you know, one, I wanted to have a sink in there. It felt like it suited the surroundings, and also the actual chemistry workstation itself wouldn't have really looked good. Now here we have we've got a paint, our tools, which obviously where we painted the power armor. Now this power armor has a lot of meaning to it. This is what I recovered while going to the Glowing Sea, while getting the weapons for Liberty Prime during the Brotherhood quest. Now this was power armor I kind of recovered towards the end of obviously Brotherhood quest line, which means that I didn't use it in any major parts of the game, I don't think. Now I don't have my T60 power armor there. That's almost hidden away somewhere because my character doesn't want to use that armor anymore because well, the emotion towards it. So she's got XO1 power armor, which the only one she uses because of memories. Now through here we have mine and Kate's eating area. Nothing special, it's a small shack, it's not supposed to look good. We've just got some noodles, some tatto, and coffee cups. Of course we've got our cooking station. Now, I was never going to put an oven in here because obviously it is a small survival shack in the middle of nowhere. We're not going to be sophisticated enough to build us a oven. Now, we have a small amount of food. We don't have many supplies because we don't scavenge much. We like to grow our own stuff. This is just stuff we kind of recovered before moving here because we don't really like to leave this settlement too much. That may change in the future when we want to expand and maybe get more comfortable and meet new people. Obviously we have a small relaxation area. Nothing special, it's a sofa, you know, there's no TV to watch. What more do you need? I decorated the wall with signs. Now my characters always like decorating signs. I've seen it in other settlements and other buildings. I always thought it looked good from the start of the game, which means my character believes it looks good. So this is almost like a sense of safety, where this is something that always was enjoyed throughout the whole of the story. Now, this is quite an important thing. A dirty American flag. Now this symbolises how the old America has fallen, and it's the world is now dirty, and it symbolises how it can still be remembered whether it exists or not. Now here we have just some ammo, some armour, it's quite important, and again another small American flag which symbolises how all these things would be used to help America, now they're just used for violence. And obviously we've got our ammo boxes there. Now Kate enjoys reading. She reads the Boston Bugle a lot, which is why it's sat on her bed. Over here, now these are quite important things. We'll start with the vase. So now the vase is massively important because it holds Paladin Dante's ashes, which has a massive emotional meaning to my character. And the small Brotherhood flag, now that shows that I still have some sort of loyalty towards the Brotherhood and some sort of memory of it, but not enough to show it as much as the American flag there. Now, down here we have my holo tags. Now obviously I keep them because it's a sign of who I am as a soldier, but they're not important, they just sit on a shelf doing nothing. Childhood toys. My character was a massive baseball player when she was younger, and she always played baseball with Sean. Or, well, she didn't play baseball with Sean, she hoped to play baseball with Sean, should I say. A toy rocket, again, was a toy that she enjoyed using when she was younger, and a few other random things just to kind of make decoration look good. Now, over here we have our medical station. Now, this is obviously nothing special, it's just a few small supplies for our character to have. We have first aid kit, which is full of lots of different supplies. We have some Addicto, some Buff-Out, and a blood pack. See that they're just small things that wouldn't fit inside the first aid kit that maybe needed at other points in time. Now what I'm going to do, I'll now show you the fence of the settlement. So what we've done here, I tried to add, this doesn't quite place properly because of the hill, but I felt it needed to go there anyway, otherwise it wouldn't blend in. So what I tried to do is I added some sandbags and some tyres around the edge inside the spikes. There's almost a little bit of extra defence. I thought these sandbags would give a little bit of stability to the fence, and as with this stone wall here. I also felt that I should add cinder blocks because they were the right sort of height for this section of the settlement. So I added cinder blocks around the outside. Now, as you see, there's turrets randomly placed throughout the forest, and that's mainly because, again, like I said earlier, I didn't want them affecting the inside of my settlement because it wasn't supposed to be that technologically advanced. Now, as you'll see here, there'll be a body of the old Tenpines Bluff members. Now that's because when my character got here, she wasn't mentally stable and she needed a place to live, so instead of reasoning with these people and helping them out, she just killed them all. Also added some flowers in just to kind of break down between the spikes and the fence, just add a little bit of decoration. As you can see here, the caravan, Lucas Miller, he turned up with his caravan guards, and she saw them as intruders and killed them without speaking. This just shows the problems with her mentally, and how what the Brotherhood still does affected her. Now obviously this is quite a small build, this isn't complicated, this isn't the best of my ability, but I just thought this was a nice way to start off my build videos, and it was also a nice idea for a build which I hadn't quite thought of before, and I'd never thought of using trees to forest off an area like this. I showed someone I know it and they didn't recognise it was Tenpines Bluff, it took them a while, so that's why I thought about using this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, it was only a short one. My next one will be a much bigger build, I can tell you that.